This was also posted on Facebook by Dodd. One of those full words you get, 25 random facts. 1. You will almost never see me in a suit. 2. As a matter of fact, people often mistake me for being homeless. 3. I usually have a beard at least 6 months out of the year. It's red and blonde. I guess that's the Irish and Scot coming out. 4. I usually am working 2 full-time jobs. 5. My friends named a behavior after me. It's called pulling a Dodd. It's when you slip out of the bar without telling anyone so they can't coerce you into staying and having more shots. 6. I work nights and I'm notorious with my friends for taking lunch breaks. 7. I bought a Suburban so I can sleep in back when I go out. 8. I've never been married. I know, inconceivable. 9. I very arguably had the best dog ever, killing him. There was a waiting list of people who were willing to take him off my hands for me if I ever needed to let him go. 10. If I buy a stock in a company, sell short. If I sell stock in a company, buy it. 11. I invested in a house in May of 2006. A year later, the housing market crashed, as predicted by my friends. 12. I'm building a robot just for fun. Well, I won't get mad if I start making money at it. 13. Did I mention I've never been married? 14. I lived in Cleveland, Cincinnati, Athens, Boulder, Dallas, Austin, Nuremberg, Norwalk, Connecticut, St. Louis, Manhattan, Houston, and Dallas, in that order. 15. I've worked for over 15 different companies since I graduated college. I've only been out of college for 13 years. Damn, I'm getting old. 16. I miss snowboarding. I took an entire month off when I was 29 to just snowboard. Now I can never seem to find the time to take off. 17. I learned to surf in Galveston, the bunny slopes for surfing. 18. I'm an amateur mycologist. 19. My plan is to own a bar on the beach in Costa Rica someday. 20. I'm a true atheist. I don't believe in the supernatural and don't think that there's something bigger than us out there. I often envy those that do and wish I could. 21. My grandmother died when I was 2. 22. My father died when I was 12. 23. I had a heart attack when I was 22. 24. I lost someone very special to me when I was 32. 25. The Mayans believe the world is going to end on December 12, 2012. I'll be 42. And so, what Dodd was, what Dodd is. These are the qualities and characteristics that drove my brother. And serve as an ongoing example to us all. I also spoke at the wake and commented about how early in life, Dodd was often frustrated trying to be like me. And as we both matured, I'm becoming more like him. After the wake, the next day, I was talking with my mom, and she quoted my sister as saying, "Dodd lived hard and he died hard." Well said. Sounds like, just remember, have fun. That's what it's all about. I also talked with Steve later that day, and he inspired me, unwittingly, to volunteer to give this speech. He mentioned some things that me and him. Generous. Dodd was a giving person. He gave me a car once. Yes, a real car. And it even worked. He said he wasn't going to be traveling so much for a while, and that Killian had gotten too big for it. I just lost my job and had 2 kids. he was also working hard on opening a new bar and restaurant. While this in part was giving to his own dream, he was also giving to his belief in the partners he was working with, and invested his whole savings in it, cashing in his lucrative stock investments. He would have loved to open the place and gotten some personal satisfaction from it. But more so, as I found out at the wake in Texas, he wanted a place to create friendships and for his friends to congregate. At the wake, I heard many stories about him letting people stay at his house and gather there for football games. OH! I know! Gatsos is generous. We give without expecting anything in return. This is evident financially, socially, and personally. More than one person commented on how Dodd invested in them personally, believing in them, encouraging them, and allowing them to be themselves and accepting them. Dodd is generous. Genuine. Dodd is genuine and doesn't pretend to be someone he isn't. He lived without pretense, and what you saw was what you got. There was no fakeness about him. He didn't hide his lunch breaks from his bosses. He didn't put on a mask to make you think he was better than he really was. Todd Whited said of Dodd, "You were never false or fake, even in the face of those who were. You were always you, always. No false pretense, no fake friendships. You were." And always will be the real deal friend. His style spoke of approachability, not power. His words were gentle. You could believe what he said because it came with sincerity and no fanfare of cheeriness. I see this characteristic deeply rooted in our family. We have this knack of putting people at ease. Dodd was great at this, and people were grateful to him because when they sat down with him, he gave a sense of peace. Gregarious. Dodd is blessed with the humor to be able to make people laugh. He was almost as preoccupied with the funny in life as he was with dogs, computers, gadgets, gizmos, and robots. Almost. Whether it was the sly smile or a well-placed witty remark, he was a damn funny guy. He had the deadpan delivery down pat. His religious views on Facebook say Jedi. He always wanted to be the dog when we played house. And he wasn't afraid to put on a dress. He always could make me smile, appeared on comment after comment by his friends. I remember most of his sentences trailing off with that little giggle. Gracious.